Okay, a quick overlook of all my builds. Up first will be the Earnhardt. This one was pretty interesting. I just went a little off with adding a few parts of my own to the engine. Use some sandpaper to give the tires some realistic looking. There was supposed to be an extinguisher in there, but it was supposed to be behind the tire, or the seat, I mean. But then I moved it up to this inner bar up here and then fell out, so I ended up putting in a Nova. I didn't go too off script with this because, you know, I wanted it to be as close to what it was supposed to be. Close. There's the body. Like the only thing I really didn't do on the body itself is I didn't put the red paint stripe in this very bottom trim. I didn't do it black, which I got lazy on. This was my first lesson, and also wait until you do the clear coat before you put the windows in. Another thing I accidentally messed up on is on these decals. For some reason they wouldn't stick to these holes where they're supposed to go. Huh? But overall, I have to say it turned out decent. Okay, on to my next. Next was my Nova, which since I had some Earnhardt stickers left over, I just figured why not, right? First thing off, I'll go with the hood. Is like it gives you the option for the hood scoop, which I liked it with the hood scoop, but I also liked it without it, so hooked myself up with magnet inside this piece and underneath the hood, and then I used this tape right here so that way it's not really transferring paint back and forth, but that I could have it either way I want. And then, oh, I guess not shaking it too crazy. Anyway, oh yeah, it gives you the option where you can cut out under the hood, but I didn't do that. I plan to at some point. I threw a couple accessories of my own under here. Like these pieces right here are actually just the safety from lighters. Truthfully, I threw my own little radiator cap in there. Threw a little cap right there. I think it all turned out pretty good. Of course, as you can see in the windshield, that's my little signature thing. What I do with my cars is I like to throw a little dice in the mirror. Unfortunately, when I was doing the Earnhardt stickers on these are some old decals from the Earnhardt, because I've had that for many years. So I had a little bit of issues with those, so I ended up getting new ones. There's the actual fire extinguisher that actually went with the Earnhardt. If I can get this thing to freaking focus right. Threw that fire extinguisher in here because I thought it looked cool. Wish I can get it to zoom in better, but threw my leftover decals from the Earnhardt on here, like that Chevy and that real tree, that's from the Earnhardt. These old threes were from the Earnhardt. Like the only thing I really added myself on any of these is I threw accessories like that extinguisher, some dashboard decals, and like I said, those little hood bumps. And of course, I made my own. Since it's got the wheelie bars in the back, I had to make a little wheelie ramp for it, of course. Because why not, right? Of course, I figured try and do the headlights, why not? Okay, on to the next. Next one after the Nova was the Ford. I didn't really know where I was going to go when I first started this, but I'll say it turned out pretty cool. Really wish I can get it to zoom in better, but it came with some nice engine decals. I added my own little overflow tank and a radiator cap right here. Let's see if I can get a better look at that. Figure why not? I had that piece of plastic, and actually this part of the radiator was just an actual piece of the flask that it comes, or the, whatever you call the trays that it comes on. The interior I didn't go too crazy with, but I of course had to do the signature dice. Of course, had some more real tree decals. I threw that in the window. It came with its own little chrome handles and stuff like that, which was a cool feature. I actually was gonna do this because I'm a fan of the Last Man Standing show. I was gonna do this like Tim Allen's from the show, but I didn't have the paint colors, so that's why I had to get my own kind of creative with it. Made it a parts plus, like service truck. My own paint design. These actual are the red stripes that was actually supposed to be for the Earnhardt, but I custom fitted them to do it with this. Eventually I want to try doing that chrome trim with the foil that I see people doing. But I'm an amateur right now, so it could only get better, right? I wish I can get it to zoom in, but it ain't working. And I didn't really do anything special or any kind of add-ons under here. Like most of it was just all stuff I threw onto the engine, like the overflow tanks, and then I did a freaking windshield washer tank in this one. I'll show you guys. Eventually I want to put some hood scoops on these to hold them upright. This is just something I hold spare tires on when I got builds to make this look like it's Park's truck itself. Anyway, on to the next one. Oh yeah, this little engine stand came with the Nova. Okay, this one was the nightmare. Well, the truck was anyway. The only reason I really got it was because of the cool Go-Kart. Well, let me take the Go-Kart off for a second. Put that over here. Oh man, this truck was a nightmare from the very start. Like, the frame was bowed up, so I had to use a rope to tie the front to the back and hold the bow down. Oh, that was a pain. That's actually where these plastic pieces right in here came from. Not this, but clear pieces I got in here. Actually is like to reinforce the structure together. Oh, that was a nightmare. And this was a nightmare with the paint job also. Like trying to experiment and learn how to use the airbrush for the first time. Of course, with the wrong kind of paints, I used the testers without having any kind of thinner or anything. This truck comes with its own kind of little beach style decals and go-kart decals, but I put my own little touches on it. I use like the keys that comes with it, but all these little gold emblems like that, and the stuff on the seat. It says boss bitch on the passenger and boss on the driver. King's crown and a queen's crown. Little flames on the front. Dollar signs. All those things are like actually for nails, but I thought they looked really freaking cool, so let's add some of that stuff to this. Again, my little touch. Dice in the mirror. Plus the flames, of course. And the tint strip I did. Ain't zooming in for nothing. Kind of see it. You can't really see that, but it says Hustler on the dash over there. All those are like nail decals, the money sign. That little part on the steering wheel you're seeing that's gold is Just something I added on to accessorize. And there's the windshield washer tank I added on right here. This one actually had a pretty cool engine to it. That's what I liked about this. It had a pretty cool engine, different than the other ones. Let's see if I can get a better look on the inside. If you can see the little palm trees on the dashboard. Two-tone color inside the dashboard, three-tone with the gold, but the blue and the teal for the dashboard. There's kind of a better view at the little horn type deal I put on the steering wheel. Just some little decals I added from nails. Couldn't find water slides, at least any that I liked. And on to the final build that I did. The Z28. Wait, actually, sorry about that. Let's go over to the Go-Kart now. I did actually a few different customizations on this. First of all, you probably noticed the wheelie wheels. I modified those and put that on there. I put fuel lines and fuel filters. I saw somebody that did spark plugs, which I eventually think I might want to do. Up in here I've added parts that weren't supposed to be here, like added frame parts for the front because I saw that it was just too empty. Added a metal gas pedal, which is actually part of the other part of the lighter safety from the Nova build. Threw a solid aluminum mirror plate underneath there to try and solid that up in the front instead of just being the poles. You've probably noticed the headlamps on the front. Give it a little bit of light for them night rides. But yeah, I really had to freaking put the wheelie wheels on this because it has two engines, so it makes you just think of it fast. Put the little lightning bolt on it. That's also from a nail decal, from the same ones from the truck. The seat belt, it shows to put it on the seat itself, but I thought that kind of looked weird, so I threw it on as straps, shoulder straps. Sorry for my footage. I'm an amateur at all this. This comes with a helmet, which I was gonna do some spikes and do it white and blue to match like the truck and the Go-Kart. Never got around to it, but it does come with a helmet. Mine's actually still chrome somewhere. And of course, like I made a wheelie ramp for the Nova, I had to make a wheelie ramp for this. Because, you know, why not? Turned out pretty cool, I think. I like the colors overall. Like I said, this was the whole reason I bought the kit. Okay, and let's go on to my last build, the Z28. This one was actually, I think probably came out the best out of all my builds so far. Of course, the decals, for some reason, I had some issues with that. signature dice. I made my own hood latch, as you can see. That's the only thing I added into this, is the hood latch. I did the gold and chrome with a little bit of white on the engine. Did the wires in the back. Eventually I want to try doing spark plug wires and all that good crap. I think my favorite part about this build was the grill, the way the grill turned out. Remember, I'm an amateur. Bear with me. It says it's a RS build, but those sure look like an SS to me. Anyway, I threw it on because it added a little bit of cool factor to it. Of course, there's the Z28 Emblems. Here's where it was well, the hood was pretty much a nightmare with decal too, as you can see. That was the only kind of a nightmare I had with this, really, was these decals. The back turned out worst. For whatever reason, couldn't get them to stick. Get the gold exhaust. Yeah. Well, that's my build. Oh yeah, my little portable spray booth. And a shelf that I display them on. I built all of it from the dollar store. Anyway, hope you like the builds.